Hey everybody, good morning to you. Glad you're joining us here on WHAS 11 Plus. I'm Grace in for Brooke today because of course it is Thanksgiving week, and that's also why we've got Austin Evans with us here with our weather as we head into a holiday week, Austin, that we know people need to pay attention to this morning. Those hitting the road for their holiday travel are going to encounter a lot of fog.
Yes, very foggy out there right now. It's why we're under a weather impact alert period for this morning. The first half of your Monday, pretty much until about 11 o'clock, that dense fog advisory will expire. Then expect low visibility, traffic slowdowns, especially the low visibility. That has been confirmed pretty much across the entire area. You'll need those low beams this morning or fog lights if you have them. Extra time. Give yourself extra time in general, but also extra time to stop in between you and the car in front of you. Again, all counties under a dense fog advisory until 11 o'clock this morning. That is due to visibility now below half a mile area-wide, except for the lucky folks in Madison, at least according to this map. 0 in Bardstown, might as well be 0 in Springfield, Campbellsville, E-Town. Also Louisville, again, less than a mile in terms of visibility. And that is the new tracking rain tonight through tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning. More traffic and travel impacts. And then Thanksgiving is looking dry, but it's looking quite a bit colder due to the big cool down that is on the way. Here's a look at the Hurstbourne Parkway from our Midway University camera. Part of our Shriners Children's Hospital camera network. We're in the lower 40s here in the metropolitan area, and for most of us, we're in the low to mid 40s, though some areas in southern Indiana in the 30s right now. And satellite showing that fog on the ground here in Kentuckiana. Again, very, very low visibility across the entire of the region. Please take it easy when traveling. You will need extra time. Let's talk about traffic now. Speaking of what we've all been just keeping an eye on throughout this morning, there are multiple stalled vehicles in and around the metropolitan area showing up on our traffic tracker. As you can see there, there is a crash reported to Trimark just past Hospital Curve in Louisville. That is near exit 136. Again, there's a significant slowdown on I-265 near Asheville, and there in general traffic is going to be slower due to the fog, as it should be. Please take it easy when traveling.
Austin, thank you. Just into the newsroom this morning, LMPD is investigating after an early morning shooting. Police responded around 5:15 to a call on Devers Avenue in southwest Louisville. They found an adult male who'd been shot. He was taken to University Hospital and is expected to survive. The non-fatal shooting unit is handling the investigation. A local nonprofit says hundreds of kids could go without meals this holiday season after a new order from the Kentucky Horse Racing and Gaming Corporation. Shirley's Way says many of its games are now forced to shut down because of a theft ring in the state. Here's that story from Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Jessica Farley.
The sounds and lights of players donating at Shirley's Way are still on at their Dixie Highway location.
He's doing such a good job for so many people.
Other locations have gone quiet.
Because somebody else ain't getting their money, they don't want him to do it.
The last few days have been pretty stressful.
Mike Mulrooney.
And there's really no need for it because everything was going great, and it all ended at 5 o'clock on Friday.
He's the founder of the nonprofit Shirley's Way that helps cancer patients in the community. Mulrooney says they got this notice in an email Friday evening sent from the Kentucky Horse Racing and Gaming Corporation. The notice orders the closing of 2 machine providers, including Light and Wonder Gaming, which provides a lot of Shirley's Way's machines. The notice cites illegal fishing on the machines across the state and says licensed organizations have failed to prevent the crime, which has brought about the immediate order. Mulrooney says these machines make up about 90% of their gaming machines here in Louisville, extremely limiting their ability to financially fulfill their mission.
It was very difficult to send an email yesterday to all these schools that we had hopefully it's temporary, but we had to end the feeding program right before the holidays.
The organization feeds about 3,500 kids across 26 schools in Louisville. Mulrooney says they've canceled events and have to scale back on helping other nonprofits and people who are unhoused. All they can do is wait.
I hope so. I really do.
For answers on how long the order will last and if the organization will have to change their operations. In the meantime, the sounds can be heard at the Dixie Highway location.
That's the only reason I play and don't care that I lose.
While people continue to support the work Shirley's Way does. Off Dixie Highway, Clarice Shaley, WHAS11 on your side.
Mulrooney says his organization is not alone and others in Louisville are being affected. He said he's joining those groups for a meeting with the corporation today to get more answers. Turning our attention to school. Cats heading to school this morning. Many JCPS students will be thinking about their Thanksgiving plans, while district officials will be thinking about new start times for next school year. Superintendent Brian Yearwood laid out a proposal late last week that would move up the school day for the entire district by 20 minutes. The change would go into effect next year. Yearwood plans to bring the proposal to the school board on December 9th, along with other moves to chip away at the school district's $188 million budget deficit. Those budgetary recommendations would close 2 schools and several others would be consolidated or relocated. Hundreds of students and at least 165 teachers and staff members are expected to be impacted by the changes. Yearwood says it could save $4 million and that layoffs and other school closings are not off the table. In a statement shared with WHAS11 Saturday, Jefferson County Teachers Association President Maddie Shepard said in part, quote, "During previous situations or closings or consolidations, we have worked with the district to encourage transparency regarding staffing plans, clear guarantees of job security, and thoughtful placement processes that honor both experience and the needs of our schools, as well as the commitments in our contract." JCPS has 3 upcoming forums where families can provide feedback on the proposed changes. Those start a week from tonight. This morning, a woman is set to go before a judge after police say she admitted to shooting and killing 27-year-old Isaiah Washington. The shooting happened at a house off Cedar Street Friday evening. Police believe 25-year-old Maria Swan shot and killed Washington inside his Russell neighborhood home. According to court documents, Swan admitted to the shooting. She's charged with murder, domestic violence, and is expected to be arraigned this morning at 9. Also happening this morning, a man accused in a deadly shooting on Derby weekend is due in court. It happened in the early morning hours of May 3rd in the parking lot of the Kroger on West Broadway. 2 people died and another was hurt. A grand jury has since indicted 28-year-old Reggie Rahim on 2 counts of murder and other charges. Rahim is set to be arraigned at 10 this morning. A Jeffersonville restaurant is spreading cheer with a meal on them this holiday season. For a 5th straight Thanksgiving season, Harry's Tap House and Kitchen is donating 1,000 meals to those in need. They fed about 100 veterans and their families at the Vetsgiving lunch at the National Guard base in New Albany yesterday. Organizers say the lunch is just one of many where the Southern Indiana community comes together.
Mainly, there's always a need. One of the most beautiful things about this area, about our community, is every time I've ever asked for help, I've received it in droves. Money, time, it's amazing the appreciation that veterans get in this community, and it's awesome.
Since 2020, Harry's Tap House and Kitchen has donated more than 8,000 meals to charities and nonprofits like Catalyst Mission, New Hope, and the Genesis House.